Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Before we dive into the video, make sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon. Let's dive in. I never thought a simple neighborhood barbecue would change my marriage forever. It was a warm Saturday afternoon. Kids playing on lawns, music low, beers cracking open, the perfect suburban scene. What if one joke, meant to get laughs, exposed everything wrong in a marriage? I was grilling burgers, being the friendly husband who always helped, always smiled, always kept things calm. My wife, Rachel, loved social events, loved attention. Lately, she had this habit, joking about me in ways that never felt like jokes. I'd laugh along to keep the peace, but inside, I felt a little sting every time. Today, she was in rare form, loud, dramatic, acting like the star of the show. As more neighbors arrived, Rachel grew bolder, tossing jokes about marriage, money, and trading up. The group laughed. I kept flipping burgers, pretending I didn't hear the hints. Have you ever smiled through disrespect, just to avoid a fight? Then, with everyone gathered around the backyard table, she went for her big moment. She clinked her glass, grinned, pointed at me, and shouted, $100 and he's yours. Anyone want him? I'll even throw in his boring stories and his old truck. People chuckled awkwardly. Some cringed, some looked away. The laughter felt forced, but she didn't notice. She soaked in the attention like she delivered a comedy special. I laughed lightly, trying to brush it off. But my chest felt tight. That wasn't teasing. That was disrespect disguised as humor. And she knew it. But before I could respond, the universe did for both of us. Our neighbor Mark, quiet, wealthy, low-key, reached slowly into his wallet. He didn't smirk. Didn't joke. He just pulled out a thick stack of crisp bills and placed $1,000 right in front of her. The chatter died instantly. He looked straight at her and said, "Deal." You could have heard a pin drop. Every face froze. Rachel's smirk collapsed. Her jaw tightened. It was like someone unplugged her confidence. "That's not funny," she snapped, suddenly defensive. But Mark didn't flinch. He looked at me and said, loud enough for everyone, "A man who works hard, treats people well, and doesn't embarrass his spouse is worth a lot more than she thinks." He tapped the bills once and added, "If someone doesn't appreciate value, someone else will." The crowd murmured. Some impressed, some stunned, some avoiding eye contact because they knew she crossed the line long before he did. Rachel's face turned red. Her eyes darted around like she was looking for an escape. But there was none. She tried to laugh it off, but her voice cracked. I didn't say anything at first. I just stared at the table, then at her, then at Mark. And suddenly, something inside me clicked. For years, I had let her talk down to me. I told myself it was harmless. I thought being easygoing meant being respected. But in that moment, hearing a stranger defend my worth more than my own wife ever had, I realized something. Dignity doesn't disappear in big moments. It fades slowly, joke by joke, until one day, someone else sees your value clearer than your partner does. And that hurt. But it also woke me up. When we got home, the silence was thick. As soon as the door closed, she exploded. "You made me look stupid," she yelled, as if I was the one attacking my spouse. For the first time in a long time, I didn't raise my voice. I didn't apologize. I didn't shrink. I looked at her and said calmly, "No, Rachel. You did that. You humiliated yourself when you thought humiliating me was funny." She froze. Shocked. The quiet guy she played with finally spoke like a man who knew his worth. She tried blaming the alcohol. It was just a joke. But jokes don't cut that deep unless they're meant to. And she knew it. I told her, "You don't get to tear me down in public and expect me to smile. Not anymore." She looked scared, not of losing me, but of losing control. Over the next days, she became quiet, attentive in ways I hadn't seen in years. She apologized truly, not for show. She realized she had been treating our marriage like entertainment, not partnership. I didn't gloat. I didn't demand anything. I simply made one thing clear. If you ever disrespect me like that again, there won't be a conversation. I'll pack my bags and go. She nodded. She understood. For the first time in years, she saw me, not as a background character in her audience, but as a man who chooses to stay, not one stuck with her. Today, she doesn't joke at my expense. She praises me, appreciates me, and the funny part? She's terrified of Mark now. Not because of him, but because of what he represented that day. A reminder, good men aren't replaceable. And they don't bargain their dignity. She learned the hard way, loyalty doesn't make a man weak.